As I write this script, I can't help but notice something. Part of me isn't writing this because I genuinely want to create it. Part of me is writing it because I want people to watch it, because I want the views, because I want to tell myself that I am successful. And I hate that. Somewhere along the way, creating stopped being enough on its own. Every idea became something that had to perform. Every project became something that had to justify the time I spent on it. Maybe that's the real curse of being creative. Not the act of creating itself, but how easily we forget why we started creating in the first place. There's a common saying: being creative is both a blessing and a curse. I'd argue it's more of a curse. Humans have always created. Even in our earliest stages, we struck sticks and stones together to craft weapons. Not long after, we painted upon the innards of caves. As time passed, our creations became more and more complex, but the minds behind them were rarely ever talked about. Today, conversations about artists' mental health are a lot more common and are even more common than ever. Yet, we rarely stop to ask why so many creatives struggle in the first place. Think of Vincent van Gogh. Despite creating unforgettable works like The Starry Night and Sunflowers, he had to endure a lifelong battle against mental illness, self doubt, and immense personal suffering. These are only a few examples, but they remind us that creativity often comes with a cost. Creating art almost always involves struggle because improvement demands failure, frustration, and even vulnerability. That's simply part of the process, but even if your art becomes successful, even if you're fortunate enough to make a living from it, it can't I can't help but feel something changes. Your work slowly becomes something made for everyone else. To me, that makes it feel a lot less personal, less special. Art being used for monetary gain isn't inherently a bad thing, but I do think it can take away from its beauty. Art should be allowed to simply exist for the sake of existing. We live in a world where so many of us feel pressure to make every hobby we have marketable, to turn every passion into a source of income instead of creating just because we want to create, just because we love to create. To all the artists out there, please create for the sake of creating first. Don't let the pressure to monetize everything make you forget why you started. Never forget why you create. That's all. Godspeed.